So we are on our final precept, the very last one, number 5. Just to recap, they are for today only. Do not anger, do not worry, be humble, be honest in your self-work, be compassionate to yourself and to others. And I've been mentioning the more detailed translation from Old Japanese, and so it actually doesn't have two separate ones for the 4th and 5th precept. It just says be true to your way and your being, which is really awesome because it reminds us that we already are our best selves. We can't become something that we're not, and we're just remembering how to be that rather than trying to destroy the old self, because you can't destroy what's not there. And so for the very last one, be compassionate to yourself and to others. There's a story that Bronwyn Sina, who co-authored all the Reiki materials that I learned from, she tells a story, and I couldn't find it written down, so it's just kind of a general idea of what the story is. So there's a monk and a student. They're both walking along the road, and they see a drunk man pass out in the alley. And the monk goes over and he wakes him up and helps him, brings him back to his house, and gives him a bath, gives him warm food and clean clothes to put on, and a safe, restful night's sleep. And then the man gets up and goes about his way. So the very next day, the next evening, the same monk and his student are walking along the same path, and they see the same man passed out drunk. And this time the monk takes a stick and beats the man. And of course his student is like, what are you doing? You just helped him yesterday. And the monk says something to the effect of, both things are compassionate. Which of course I am not promoting beating people, but I do think that it illustrates the point, especially when it comes to, it's really easy to slip into toxic positivity and think of compassion as overgiving, but that's why we are compassionate to ourselves first and then others, because in order for us to be compassionate, we have to know our own boundaries, and if we put ourselves in a situation that crosses our boundaries, then we're not going to respond in the way that we want to and that we know we're capable of. So boundaries are compassionate. They protect us and they protect others as well. And there's a little blurb here in the Shoden workbook for Reiki 1 that I really like, that kind of sums it all up. It says, the precepts actually show us what the outcome can be from working with the system of Reiki. When we practice the system of Reiki, we start to feel less angry, less worried, more true to our being, and more compassionate. Practicing with the precepts will bring us into a state of Buddhahood. In other words, the system of Reiki will help us to realize our own true essence. The precepts are listed in a specific order. This reflects the wisdom that the more we let go of the anger, worry, and fear, the more true to our way and our being that we are, the more compassionate we will eventually become. If we haven't dealt with our worries and our anger, then it will be very hard for us to be compassionate. So now you know all 5 of the precepts for Reiki, and in Shoden, of course, we talk about them in depth a little bit more, and each level of Reiki goes into the ways that the precepts connect to other techniques and meditations in Reiki. And then in Shinpin, the teacher course, we get pretty deep into the esoteric knowledge behind these precepts. But if you have any questions, let me know. And if there's anything else you'd like to know about Reiki, just email me or message me or text me. And I will be announcing the dates for my next workshop soon, so stay tuned for that. And have a good week. I'll see you guys next week.